Hi, I'm Jenny Tibbett from Raising Achievement. Thank you for joining us for our series, Understanding Learning Differences. Tonight, this is the fourth session, and we're going to talk about the autistic spectrum disorder, which actually covers a wide range of students. And it's called a spectrum because the students vary from quite mild to quite severe. Quite a large number of our students have high functioning autism, and they're often very intelligent and even performing above their age academically, but their autism traits are impacting their achievement. Other students can be achieving at age academically, but their social, emotional, behavioural, and communication difficulties characterised by autism impact them further. Some students may even be nonverbal and are very significantly impacted by communication and other difficulties related to autism. Lots of the students in this category will have special education funding and support, but basically students can be found right throughout the different school groups and have sort of mild to severe characteristics of being on the spectrum. The three main characteristics of being on the spectrum are that they have poorly developed social skills. They can have difficulty with expressive and receptive communication, and they also have restrictive and repetitive behaviors. So they get really sort of fascinated and stuck on certain ideas or certain topics. They can find it really hard to understand what other people are thinking and feeling, so this affects them socially and emotionally. They can get very anxious in social situations. They can find it hard to make friends or maybe even prefer to be on their own. We have a lot of students who say that they would rather be by themselves than be with other people. Sometimes they can seem to be blunt or rude or not interested in other people, but they actually don't mean to. It's just how they are. And they also find it hard to say how they feel. They can't express how they feel. A diagnosis for being on the spectrum comes through a referral through a GP to a psychologist or a psychiatrist in the ICAM service, the Infant, Child, Adolescent Mental Health Service, or in some places it's just called CAMS, the Child Adolescent Mental Health Service, or sometimes actually they have a name, like in the area I'm in, it's called Voyages. I know in Auckland, the service is called Marinoto. So you'll have to sort of look around or ask around and find for the service in your area. You may also use a private service rather than waiting on a public system. Now, some students on the spectrum also have ADHD, or dyslexia, or dyspraxia, or even dyscalculia. And we're going to talk about some of those other things in a later session. And students who have multiple differences need interventions and supports that are beneficial to all the learning differences. This is actually one of the reasons why I like the 42 characteristics checklist, because it provides characteristics of the different learning differences, and it helps you see whether your child might fit one or more of the different learning differences, the neurodiversities. And if you haven't got your free copy of the checklist yet, we'll put the link below so you can access it from the website. And go through and have a look and see how many characteristics your child has. We're looking for 6 to 10 or more characteristics to identify children that we would like to look at a bit more closely. Join us next week when we'll talk about dyspraxia. In the meantime, let's all keep making the difference for those who learn differently. See you next week.